back to finish my leg workout. I just got done with the extensions. Now I need to do deadlifts. I'm substituting these for leg curls because they work the same basic muscle group, which are my hamstrings. I could opt to do leg curls on the ball, but those aren't as challenging for me. I'm trying to do a boosting workout to build muscle. So I need to do stuff that stimulates those muscles, that challenges them so that they will grow. Hormonal levels right now are optimal for building muscle mass. I should be really strong, and I want to make sure that I capitalize on this time of the month because it only comes around once a month. Okay, so how I'm going to do these is I am going to just start off with kind of a, I'm going to do them on this bar here, but what I need to do is I need to move my bar down lower. Like I can move it all the way down to the floor, and honestly I probably should do that, but I'm gonna go ahead and just move it down to this rack down here. Now I would recommend taking the weights off and then moving it down, but I'm super strong so I can do this. Okay, so lower that down. Like I said, I would recommend taking the weights off first, but I'm a Hulk, so, you know, whatever. Deadlifts. So what we want to do on these is to make sure you start off really light. Now this is, once again, this is experience level. You should be able to do deadlifts. You should have been doing them already. So just to show you how I do them, and the typical way that I'll do my boosting sets on these, I'll show you here. So always, when you enter into a new exercise, make sure you start off a little lighter than you normally would do them, just so you get warmed up. And that's why I have a set of 10 first. We're going to do 4 sets again, a set of 10, a set of 8, a set of 6, and then another set of 10. So the way that I do these is I grab the bar in an alternate hand grip. So I have my right hand on top, my left hand on bottom, just a little, almost just right at shoulder width, maybe a little wider, okay? And then I get into a really good stance here before I lift the weights off. I get my back straight, my legs and my hips. I'm lifting with my legs to get this off. I'm not lifting with my arms. So just pull this up, stand up nice tall. I'm gonna step back, just a stance. Make sure my stance is just a little wider than shoulder width. That's the way that I like to do them. And that it's even. I have one leg that wants to be longer than the other, I think. So basically it's really lower slowly. See how all my movements in the hip. First rep, I usually just shorten it just a little bit. Second rep, I get a little longer. And by the third rep, I'm all the way down to a really good stretch, okay? See, my knees are slightly bent. This is in between a stiff leg and a Romanian deadlift, okay? So knees are slightly bent. Come down and up. All the movement is in my hip, okay? Feel these in your hamstrings and your glutes. Nice and slow. Eccentric motion is what builds your hamstrings. So lowering nice and slow is how you get good hamstrings. And then up. And we're going to do 10 of these. And so I think I have about 2 more. And 2. Okay, now this is why I put this here. So it's easier to put this here than on the ground, especially when you have smaller weights on there. Okay, so that was a set of 10. That was my first set of 10. Now I'm going to add weight to that once again for my set of 8. I'm going to go up to 115. Kind of reminiscent of my squat weights that I'm going to do on these. By all means, start off lighter if you need to. Being safe on these, having good form is more important than hulking out, okay? Because I could hulk out and I could really hurt myself. But I like to make sure that I'm strong and have good form and really focus on using the muscles that I'm supposed to be using, and making sure that I get a good stretch, lower slowly, everything's slow and controlled, and by the end, you know, the last couple reps are very difficult for me, okay? Once again, make sure you get fully recovered in between your set. About 2 minutes. You know, after that first set of 10, you might not be super exhausted because it was kind of a warm-up, but give yourself enough time. Now this time, I'm going to alternate my hand grip. I'm going to put my right hand under and my left hand over, okay? It's important to alternate. Alternate like on single leg exercises, alternate on single arm exercises, which one you start with, so that you don't get lopsided, okay? Because over the years, that could easily happen. Right away it's not going to happen, but trust me, I've seen it. Okay, now this is a little heavier. Good stance here, good posture. Like I said, first rep or so, kind of take it easy, get used to the weight a little bit. Second set, same thing. Third set, really go for it, okay? Our third rep. That's 4, 5, 6, 7, and the last one. And 8. Okay. Key things that you may notice. As I'm lowering down, all the movement is in my hips, okay? I'm not pulling with my arms. I'm not standing up with my legs. I'm not rounding my back out and straightening it out. I am keeping my back, my core engaged, my lower back curve in there, sticking my butt out behind me as I lower down, keeping the movement right in that hip joint. Okay? I kind of lift my toes up to help accommodate for that. So as I push my hips back, I'm stretching down. Okay? All the movement is in my hips. Back up. Okay? Now, with a Romanian, you kind of add a little bit more knee motion in there. With a stiff leg, you really keep your legs nice and stiff, okay? So what I'm doing is kind of in between a Romanian and a stiff leg, where I have my knees just barely slightly bent, and as I get lower, I might lower and heavier weights, I might bend my knees a little bit more, okay? Key is to keep that back, that curve in there, sticking your butt back, all the motion in your hips. Okay, so instead of putting the plates on there, I'm just going to go ahead and put 10-pound, another 10-pound on here, just because I feel like it. All right, now that reminds me about collars. Definitely, if you're a beginner on these, you need to use collars because you might just dump your weights and have a big old fiasco going on. But or if you're doing conventional deadlifts, which are a more explosive type of deadlift, where you're lifting off from the floor, I would put collars on because by the end of the set, your plates are falling off. I wouldn't recommend doing conventional deadlifts with this setup here with 3 plates on there. I would take those off and put a 45 on for sure. So, like I said, I'm just kind of being lazy right here, not wanting to mess around with taking those off. And since I'm doing more of a Romanian or stiff leg deadlift, my explosion factor doesn't come into play. And I'm perfectly fine at my experience level to be able to do this. Okay. So now we have 135 pounds on here. Actually, I'm going to grab a little bit wider. As you can tell, I have altered my grip once again. Okay, make sure my stance is good and even, good posture. Ease into it on that first one. And go down. Oops, I'm going to have to scoot over here. Okay. Stick that butt out. Lower down and up. As you get heavier, you might have to think about exploding up a little bit more. And 5. And 1 more. 6. Okay. So that's 6. I'm gonna go, my next set is for 10 reps. Go ahead and take these weights off. I'm gonna go right back to where I started from at 95 pounds. And then I'm gonna make sure that I get a really good stretch and make sure I kind of burn myself out on this set of 10. So we're gonna, now you can tell as you get heavier weights on there, it starts to really involve your shoulders and your grip. Lots of people are like, well, I can't hold on to that weight. As you get stronger, as you're doing your weights in your gym, as you're doing your bicep curls, as you're doing your lat pulls, as you're doing all the other things that you're doing in your workout program, your grip will get stronger. Okay, it takes time, but it will get stronger. So, you know, be patient, do what you can do. Go ahead and try the heavier weights on the deadlifts. You're gonna keep on getting stronger. You know, it doesn't happen overnight, but you will get a stronger grip. And if you use wraps, if you start using wraps when you're not even, you know, deadlifting your body weight, you're not gonna force your body to get a stronger grip. So overall, you know, I am a big believer in lifting gloves, which definitely do help, but I'm not too into using all the wraps and all the paraphernalia. Unless you're a power lifter, really, you don't need that kind of stuff. So here we go, our last set. Once again, I'm altering my hand grip. Left hand up, right hand down. That helps with your grip quite a bit. Okay, oh, that feels so much lighter. Make sure I scoot over this time. Really good posture, shoulders back, butt back, lower down. And once again, kind of get used to it and come down. Okay, I'm gonna really try to stretch this time. All the way down. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Kind of squeeze my glutes as I come up, really aiming to activate those glutes. Really have a hard time doing that myself without constantly thinking about it. My hamstrings and my quads are so strong, they want to take over. Okay, I think I have about 2 more left. 1, and last one. 2. All right. Those are deadlifts. Boosting level type workout, experience level. That form was one of many you can use. What I would call it is a mix between conventional and Romanian. If I had to pick, I mean not conventional, I mean stiff leg and Romanian. If I had to pick one of those, I would say it's closer to Romanian than it is to stiff leg, but I think it's like a mix of both of them together. And so it's a very safe type of deadlift to do. It's a good place to start. You can start with just dumbbells and work your way up to any more and more weight, okay? If you want nice shapely hamstrings, want to activate your glutes, deadlifts, 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 and squats, squats, squats. They're great. Okay, all right, bye. Bye.